Welcome to Bob's Garden. We have a rainy day today, and what's a gardener to do on a rainy day? Well, one of my hobbies is working with pressed flowers. This is a winter hobby for me too, so that on my time off over the winter time, I can do art with pressed flowers. So we have a couple of flower presses here. This is a great hobby. I love this. It's very fascinating. But we have a traditional flower press that's all loaded, and I have a whole bunch of stuff in here. And today I want to show you the microwave flower press, and we'll talk about this another time. So with our traditional flower press, you usually have to wait at least a week, if not more. Sometimes some specimens take almost a month to dry out. So, but that particular press, you can have 10 layers. So you can do volume. That's really great for volume. It's got good color retention. There's a lot of different types of flowers you can press with that. And when you need something really quickly, say you need a particular color and you're doing some artwork with these, the microwave press is a really fantastic tool because you can have a dried flower in a matter of minutes. So I'll show you how this works. These presses, microwave press comes, and you'll note that the grid is on top here, and we have, after that, we have this pad, and then we have two pieces of linen here, like this, another pad, and then our bottom. So the way this works is you put down this pad first over here, then you take one of these pieces of linen. Now these can be washed. They probably need a washing now. And then you iron them, and they can be reused and reused many times. It takes quite a while for these to wear out, and you can order new ones of these if you need them. So we're going to put this on here. Now the very first time you use a flower press like this out of the box, you want to spray it, just this part here. You just want to give this a light spray of water, and this one too, and also do that if you haven't used a flower press in a while. So say over the winter time it's idle, then you want to, in the springtime, as you're going to be collecting flowers, you want to spray that. Now during my season, I'm always cutting flowers, so we like to have them in the house. But this is a good way you can keep a journal with this. You can do the artwork with this. It's a good hobby. So what we're going to do now is we have these hydrangeas, nice blue hydrangeas, and what we do here is we need to separate this out because these stems here are too fleshy. There's too much tuber to them, they will not press well. These are things that you need to figure out for yourself. Like with hosta, I was doing hosta. The stems on a hosta don't work. They just too fleshy. So you cut the stems off on hostas. So what materials will work and what won't work, you'll have to figure it out. So when we do this, we'll just cut this off like this. And we're going to take the individual flowers because this will not press well. So we just cut these flowers off like this. And you can see I cut a whole bunch of them already. So now I'm going to load this press. When we load the press, we will put the flowers on this sheet here, and then we'll put all the flowers here, and we'll put this sheet over it like this, and then at the last part is then our pad, and then the top of our microwave press. So I'm going to get that loaded, and we'll show you what that looks like. So we have this plate all loaded now. It's ready to be going into the microwave. We'll cover this up and we'll put it in the microwave. And one thing that's very important is that you need to do the same kind of flowers for each time you do this, in terms of that this hydrangea is the only thing on this page. You don't want to do half a sheet of hydrangea and then half a sheet of some other type of material, because they will not dry at the same rate. And you need to experiment each time you do something. I did a bunch of ferns before, which we'll show you, and So I do all the ferns at once. I'll do all the hydrangea at once. I will do fill a plate with the dahlias. So each time you do this, you want the same kind of material each time you load this. So we're gonna put this now. We take this linen and we put it carefully over here. Oh, also you want to have this in a single layer without touching. So you don't want to have another layer on top of this. So you don't want to have too many of these hydrangea flowers. And we get this nice blue color. I can make cards and I can make some scenery, and it's just a lot of things you can do. So we have our fabric, flowers, fabric, pad, and now our top portion. And then there's these clips. And you can see that this is a microflora press, and you can see that the name is on top here. And these slip on like this. And now we're gonna give this a burst. Now always, you wanna experiment. If you have a really good specimen and you don't wanna ruin it, do really short bursts until they dry out. But I've already done this, I already done a bunch of these, so I know that it takes 2 30-second bursts. In between time, we give it a little bit of rest. I'll open it up, then close it up again. You don't have to take the flowers out, but we'll show you what it looks like after a 30-second burst. So I'm gonna go and do that now. Okay, so we've done our 30-second burst, and I'll open this up. Now, again, take some experimentation. But what we're looking for is for the material to look and feel papery. If it's not done and you try to pick it up, you'll see that it's still droopy, then it needs more. So sometimes you might only want to do like a 5-second or 10-second burst. I know this is going to take another 40-second burst because I've done this so many times. But you can see as we try to pull this off, it's sticking and it's not dried out yet. It's you see here we have these tweezers are very handy to have, but it's still droopy. Okay, so we got to bring this, put this back together, and you should always do this. Never do more than a 1-minute burst, because you'll just cook your flowers, and that will not be helpful at all. So we'll put this back together. It's had a little bit of rest, and we'll do a 40-second burst now. So I've done my 40-second burst. We'll open this up now. And you see some of them are still sticking to there, but you just stretch this out, and tweezers are very handy, and you can see that they're quite papery. They're a little stiff and they feel like paper. So that's perfect. So I will then just take an envelope like this, and I'll put the date on this of when I did it. And these I did back on September 23rd, almost a month ago. And these are Japanese painted ferns in here. And you can see how nice these are. These good color retention, very papery. And you can see I use watercolor paper, 140-pound weight or 120-pound weight. And you can see how nice this would look on a card. If you, we have a special glue for this, and you can glue these down, and you can make some kind of design with this, and how nice that would be. So this is a great hobby. It's a good companion to gardening, and try it out. You'll really like it. So thank you for watching Bob's Garden. Please share, subscribe, and comment on my videos, and remember, be curious, not judgmental.